Okay, let's see here. Hopefully that's working. Let me paste my note and pin that. Great. All right, people coming back. People coming back. Doing all right. I'm doing all right. You know, I'm feeling a little more confident about stuff now that we've finished off all the send-in items. You know, there's been a lot. We got twice as many as we expected. So it's been a lot. But we did it. We accomplished it. It took 4 different signing sessions, each one 3 hours long, to make it work. So that's what? 3 times 4?
12 hours of signing.
That's a lot of signing. 12 hours of signing.
And making kanji, and drawing.
How's December? December's been good. Most random question. If you wed in Harry Potter, who would you play? If I were in Harry Potter, who would you play, I think? I don't think you're asking me who I would marry in Harry Potter, but if I was in Harry Potter, which character would I play? I don't know.
Snape might be fun.
Snape, maybe? I'm not sure if I'm a Snape, though.
No, you're not so dark.
I'm not so dark. I don't know. I'm not sure who I would play in Harry Potter.
Yeah, you're kind of lawful good for some of the guys.
Yeah, I don't have a good. I'm not sure I have a good analog in Harry Potter.
I mean,
type-wise.
Maybe Sirius? I don't know. See, there's
I could possibly like.
Dark
yeah, I could voice Sirius Black probably. Yeah. I might. My voice might be appropriate for Sirius.
And you could voice
animate
Snape for sure.
And I could probably voice Snape. Yeah. Do my best Alan Rickman voice as Snape, Mr. Potter. But visually, I'm not even sure on camera. I don't know. My favorite Naruto character? Oh, Itachi. I mean, come on. Itachi's pretty cool. I'm pretty hip to Itachi.
When you vote for yourself.
Yes. All right. Then let's see here. I'm going to refresh my little order here for the prince, just to make sure I got the right thing. Last call for prince. Right now I've got 4 print orders.
Okay.
So that'll go relatively quickly. And we've got some VIPs. So we'll start with the VIPs, I guess. Diana. We have Diana who would like a Kirei. So let me get the Kirei print. Here it is. Kirei Kotomine.
We're very proud of those. They're brand new.
Yes, brand new prints that my wife helped design and put together. And they're fantastic. I love them. And I think silver for Kirei because it's nice and dark. Mm-hmm. All right. And... do you usually say, I seek the Holy Grail? Yeah, if there's no quote. Diana doesn't have a quote, so I'll make it to Diana. To Diana, I'll do, I seek the Holy Grail. Yes, Kirei Kotomine, I seek the Holy Grail. Oh, and I forgot to put the number on the back, so let me put the number on the back. I'm not going in person to any conventions right now. Unfortunately, I cannot because of COVID, so I must do everything virtually. So sorry. This is 510, it looks like is the number. There we go. Yay, I did that correctly. There you have it, Diana. I hope you enjoy. Put that in the drying rack. Next VIP one is for Eric. Eric, who wants a Gyomei. So let me find Gyomei here. There he is.
Another brand new print.
Another brand new print. Put the number on first. That'll make things better, easier. Fantastic. And we found that the black
actually looks really nice.
Looks really good on Gyomei black. So can you please do the quote, Stone Breathing, 5th Form, Arcs of Justice. Everybody knows my Starbucks order. How do you know this so well? It's impressive. It's very impressive, actually. All right, Stone Breathing, 5th Form, Arcs of Justice. You got it. So, and to Eric. To Eric. Stone Breathing. Stone Stone breathing, fifth form. Arcs of Justice. Oh crap, it says with a gold pen.
Oh, does it? Are they in the chat?
No, it's all right. It's all right. It's a print. I can do it again. It's no big deal. I'm not paying attention. I gotta read the whole instruction. But I will do it as they wrote. So silly me, messed up that print. Okay, fine. Make sure I do that. Crispin, read all the directions first.
But the black
looks so good. So I'm sorry. I jumped the gun. I apologize.
Check in the chat. Make sure.
Make sure. I don't know if this is if Eric is in the chat.
Black looks cool.
Okay. Yeah, no, black looks cool, but we can still do the gold. All right. Go fish. Why am I look like I'm about to go fish? Because I thought it'd be like more rustic today. I thought it'd be more comfy. You know, it'd be good for the holidays. All right, so we'll do as you wrote. You want gold pen for the quote, signature white, Gyomei light green. All right.
Okay.
We've got
hand that to me.
the rainbow of colors here. I'll hand that to you. Now, where did I put my
number?
gold? There we go. I do believe. Yes.
Good.
Got the number on the back. All right, we'll try this in gold this time. So sorry. My bad. Hope you didn't have a heart attack. Easily fixed. All right. Stone. Breathing. So I'll do 2. Eric. Stone breathing. Fifth form. Arcs of Justice. Okay, that's there in gold. Signature in a white pen. Okay, there's the white. And light green for the Gyomei name. Okay, so I'll do this. Great. And then the green.
This is a production.
This is. Taste the rainbow. Okay. There you have it, Eric. So hopefully you can see in the glare at least. There's the gold quote on the arm there, and the signature in white, and the Gyomei in green. Excellent. Thank you, Crispin. I don't know if Astro, if that's you, Eric, but if it is, I hope you enjoy. We've got numbers, we've got paint pens, all sorts of fun stuff. Boom. Thanks. All right, let's do a refresh. Make sure the website is giving me what I need. All right, so far, still 2 prints. We got 2 prints, and then we may be done with prints. So the next one, let's do an Itachi for Connor. Connor Swamberger. All right, so let me put the number on the back first. 509. Great. And Connor says, my brother and I love your work. I was wondering if you could attach his favorite quote to this. It is foolish to fear what we have yet to see and know. Of course, absolutely. Totally do that. Let me just grab the red paint pen, because that tends to work best for Itachi. Don't know if you're in the chat there, Connor, but if you are, hopefully you enjoy. It is foolish to fear. And we'll make this out, make it out to Connor. Sure, make it out to Connor. To Connor. It is foolish to fear. It is foolish to fear what we have yet to see and know. Isn't it, though? Okay. Good to see you. No, great. And then I will sign these two right here. Oop, like that. And then an Itachi. There we have it. Connor, I hope you enjoy. You got the quote in red and the signature below and the Itachi. Enjoy. Thank you so much. Don't put that one there. Boop.
Yay.
So that's Connor's.
Great. Last call for print orders.
And then last call for print orders. Last call for print orders. Link is pinned there. And I think to the store, and link is in the bio. This will be the last call for print orders before Christmas, before the end of the year. Because we're shutting down the store after we're done with the signing today. So we've got a Gyomei here for Melissa. Melissa would like a Gyomei. Thank you, Melissa. And this is 512. Awesome. And it doesn't say anything specific. So I think the black works really well in this print. So I'm going to do the black if that's okay. Do I have a favorite attack from Itachi? Ability or attack from Itachi? I think that just the term Tsukuyomi sort of rolls off the tongue very nicely. So I always thought that was a cool one.
Are you going to do they have a quote?
They don't have a quote, so I'll just make it to Melissa. Yeah, that's good. Let's do that. Namu Amita Butsu. Great. And then I will sign this. And that will be Gyomei. Great. To Melissa. Namu Amita Butsu. Namu Amita Butsu. And there's name, signature, all sorts of good stuff.
Looks really great.
Yeah, it does look really good.
Here, I'll get
Do
you
a moose.
There we go.
Oh, thank you. Put that there. Keep things in the drying rack.
Do a last refresh and
All right.
last minute
I'll
orders.
do, that was 512, right?
It was 512.
Great. So I'll get that taken care of. Awesome. So now I just need to refresh the website. See if there's any last minute orders. I don't see any last minute orders.
Good.
That may be it. That may be it. We may be almost done. It looks like from my queue there are still 2 send-in items that we do not have because Streamily has not received them yet. So for the 2 of you who have send-in items, or 1 person who has 2 items, I don't know, that you got to check in with Streamily and you got to make sure that you got your items to them because I can't sign them until Streamily gets them so that I can lay my hands on them. Meanwhile, I can chat in the hang out with you in the chat for a little bit. Since we got done early, yay! So now I can answer any questions you might have in the chat. Please feel free to, type any questions or comments. What's my favorite Alucard line? Probably, why didn't you just drink the blood, you idiot? That's a pretty good line. I like that from Hellsing Ultimate. Also, what a perfect night, right? What a perfect night. The kind of night that makes me want to have a bite to drink. Taliesin was very proud of himself for writing that line, and so he should be. It's a very good line. So really, really, it was fun for the Alucard lines. Alucard has a lot of good lines. When he's fighting Tubalcain Alhambra and Hellsing Ultimate, squeal like a pig, squeal. Some good stuff. Crazy show. All right. Any other questions? Please feel free to type them in the chat, and I will do my best to respond. I hope everyone's holiday season is going well. It's been a little crazy for me schedule-wise, especially with these extra signings. We got double the number of send-in items that we expected. So I had to add in a bunch of other signings. It's taken 12 hours or like 11 and 15 minutes. 11 and change to get through all the things that we needed. Do I have a favorite Christmas song?
Do you like the Coventry Carol?
I like the Coventry Carol. The Coventry Carol is amazing. And in fact, Anuna's arrangement of the Coventry Carol is just eerie. Yeah. I also like Anuna's arrangement of the Rio Rio Chio. That's a fun song. Rio Rio Chio, l'agua de rivera. That's a fun little Christmas song. And Carol of the Bells. I'm a sucker for Carol of the Bells. That's a good one. How does one get a send-in item in the near future? So what we'll do in the New Year is I'll re-coordinate with Streamily, and we'll see. We have to set a limit on how many, because when there's too many, it really messes up my schedule. So we can probably only do 50 items every round, and I have to figure out when I can fit those into my schedule. But in the New Year, we'll find some time, and we'll do some new send-in orders. So we can keep, and I'll just, I'll keep doing them as long as people want to send things in. It's just going to take a little time because my time is limited. So, we'll probably only do 50 in each round. Because, we find that we can get through about 12 of these in an hour if we're lucky, if the instructions aren't conflicting. So, that's 2 hours is like 25 things. So 4 hours is 50 items. But it took longer this time because they got sort of complicated. So, as Koichi execute Spirit Evolution. I think that's Koichi's. Duskmon. Greetings from the UK. Greetings there in the UK. What would I want to be? Would you want Digidestin and Data to team up with Avengers Guardians of the Galaxy? I don't know. There's all sorts of team ups that could happen. There's plenty of team ups that already need to happen in the Marvel Universe. Like, I don't know. The Avengers and the X-Men? Like, when is that going to happen? My God. We had a little hint about that in the Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, where we had Professor X show up. Spoilers, guys. But yeah, he's in the film. So, not enough X-Men Avengers crossover, which I guess is tricky because even in the comic books that didn't always happen very often. I remember I was reading Secret Wars, and they dragged the Avengers and the X-Men to the same planet to fight some bad guys, and they had a hard time working together. Like they didn't always get along. Hello from Tanzania. I have actually been to Tanzania back in 1990. Yeah, 1990. Spring of 1990, I actually visited Tanzania, went to Kilimanjaro, Ngorongoro Crater, and we went to Kenya and all sorts of stuff. And I think it was in Kenya. Was it Samburu, the reserve in Kenya that we went to? So yeah, we went on safari in Tanzania and Kenya. It was great. Tanzania was amazing. We flew into Dar es Salaam, made a connection in Dar es Salaam to go to Kilimanjaro. And I think the first place, we went to Serengeti, and I think the early places we went to were Ngorongoro Crater and that whole area. So it was great. And Samburu, I think Samburu was the place in Kenya. I don't know, 325 maybe? Great. Of all the roles you've voiced, who is your favorite to voice? I do have a penchant for Winston. I do love me some Winston, but it is hard. It's hard for me to do Winston. I have to stay extremely hydrated. It doesn't hurt my voice to play Winston, which is great. It's awesome. I can do it without hurting my voice. But when I do Winston properly, a lot of air goes past my vocal cords and it dries them out. And as they dry out, I sound less and less like Winston. So whenever I'm performing as Winston, I have to be like drinking water like a fish to make sure I'm staying hydrated so I can maintain the tone that I want. So it's a little stressful. It's not easy playing Winston, but it's fun. I like the character. Do I have more fun voicing Koichi or Thomas? I don't know. They're both fun in their own different ways. I'm not sure I have a favorite between the two. Oh, David is in Dar es Salaam. Well, there you go. I didn't see any more of Dar es Salaam other than the airport. I apologize. I just saw the airport at Dar es Salaam. We flew straight from Dar es Salaam to Kilimanjaro. We had like a 4-hour layover, I think, in Dar es Salaam. I mean, this was 1990. That's been a while in the past. So the fact that I can remember this much at all is sort of amazing. We only stayed in the airport, but there you go. Ask Graham McTavish's question, which book would you recommend every child should pick up and own? That's a good question. I'm a big fan of The Hobbit. I think The Hobbit is a fabulous book. My mother read it to me when I was young. It really meant the world to me. So The Hobbit's a really great book, I think. The Little Prince is an adorable book as well. I'm fond of The Little Prince. I'm trying to think of what other books were important to me when I was young. Winnie the Pooh, yeah. I didn't read much Winnie the Pooh. I think I saw the Disney animated shows of Winnie the Pooh.
I don't know if the book is as good as the animation.
Yeah, I don't know about the book. I don't remember reading Winnie the Pooh, but I remember reading The Hobbit, and that was a big deal. Do I have a friend throughout the Naruto cast who you actually see very often? I run into certain people at conventions and whatnot. Obviously, I run into Yuri and Miley is probably the two I run into most often.
You don't see anyone right now.
But I don't see everyone right now. Ever since the pandemic started, I haven't seen anyone unless it's over a digital screen. So there you go. But yeah, the convention circuit, when I was going to conventions, I tended to bump into Miley a lot, and Yuri, and Steve every once in a while with his Orochimaru-ness. Hello from Nebraska. Hello, Nebraska. Do I have a favorite Studio Ghibli movie? Yes. This favorite Studio Ghibli movie would be Laputa Castle in the Sky. But real close behind it, it's probably a toss-up between Howl's Moving Castle and The Cat Returns. I really like those two. Those are really, really fun of those Studio Ghibli movies. But Laputa Castle in the Sky was sort of my first Studio Ghibli love. And it's so good. And I love me some Ghibli films. Nausicaa's gorgeous. Porco Rosso is so much fun. Mononoke is rough but very pretty. Totoro is adorable. There's so many. Kiki's took me totally by surprise. Like I started watching Kiki's, I was like, oh, not much is happening, and then by the end of it, I'm like weeping. I'm like, oh my god. But yeah, probably Laputa in the Sky, and then a toss up between Howl's Moving Castle and Cat Returns. Let's see if there's anything else. Spirited Away and Howl's. Yeah, Spirited Away is gorgeous. I mean, my God, Spirited Away is gorgeous. But I do like me some Howl's Moving Castle. I think mostly because it's more mature. The characters in Howl's are more mature. So you can have a slightly more mature relationship between Sophie and Howl, which I think is great. The first convention I ever did was in 1999. I went to Anime Central in Chicago. And I believe it was either their first or second year doing the convention, I think. Because I came back for like their 20th anniversary convention, which was fun, before the pandemic. So I want to say that like it was either their second. I think it was their second year they'd done the convention. I think 98 might have been the first year they did the convention. I don't know. I could be wrong, but that's something you can look up online. But Anime Central, Chicago. Love me some Chicago. Love going to Chicago. And I love the hotel that the Anime Central usually has it as. I think it's by the airport, by O'Hare. It's the Hilton, isn't it? I think it's the Hilton. I think it's the Hilton by the airport. Hilton or Hyatt? I'm not going to remember. But it's a wonderful hotel. I love doing it. It's a very, very cool place to be. And it has the woods right there. And Helen McCarthy often joins me at the convention, and Helen McCarthy and I hang out all the time. If you don't know Helen McCarthy, she's written the Anime Encyclopedia and an Eisner Award-winning book on Osamu Tezuka, and she's working on a Leiji Matsumoto book, and Helen McCarthy is just awesome. She writes so many great books about anime, about the history and the characters, and she wrote a big book on Miyazaki, which was great. And so I love hanging with Helen. And we often go fielding and streaming in the woods nearby the hotel in Chicago for Anime Central. So I like me some Anime Central. Was Alucard difficult to voice? Absolutely, Alucard. Hang on a second. Own a copy of 1976, 80 copy, which now is the Fireplace Beatrix Potter. Okay, cool. Was Alucard difficult to voice? Yes, Alucard is difficult to voice, and the main reason Alucard is difficult to voice is because I want Alucard to sound big, deep, and dark, and rumbly, which I have to be very relaxed in order to be that kind of sound, but then I have to rip people's heads off, and when you rip people's heads off, your voice tightens, to be able to do that sort of really vicious sound, you get more tension in your throat, and so there's this constant battle when I'm playing Alucard between being relaxed and being as vicious as I need to be as Alucard, not losing the sort of low part of my range. So Alucard is probably the most stressful voice that I perform. Alucard's really, really tough, and I usually would come out of the booth just sweating buckets because I wanted to do him justice, but I was at the very limit of what my voice could do physically, so that was sort of a challenge. What books do I go to when I have downtime? Well, you know what's funny is that I actually don't read that much anymore, but I listen. I listen to a lot of audiobooks and podcasts. So I guess that probably counts as reading because I'm a very audio person. I'm sort of auditorially oriented. My ears are my primary sense, not my eyes. So I listen. I listen to a lot of lectures. I love me some the teaching company. The Great Courses, I think is what they call themselves now. The Great Courses. They have wonderful college-level classes on all sorts of subjects. I listen to all sorts of, educational podcasts about stuff. So that's usually how I learn stuff. Favorite mythological creature? That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I like me some dragons. Dragons are fun.
You said dragons before.
Yeah, I think dragons. I think dragons. Maybe Smaug in The Hobbit, specifically the Rankin Bass version. Okay, we're gonna have to wrap this up because it's approaching the half hour here.
Do you want to do a last refresh?
Oh yeah, I'll do a last refresh to see if any new orders came in. That is a good idea.
There is a print.
Let me see if there's. Oh, there is a print that came in.
Yeah.
Oh, how did you know that?
Because I saw it pop up right before you.
Oh, did it? Okay. Well, we need to get that print. So let's get that print in for Liz. We have a print tray from Liz. 2 tray from Liz. Oh, okay. So that's who I make it out to. 2 tray from Liz. I don't know if that person is here. What book would I like to narrate? That's a good question too. I don't know. Print I just got Isn't Too Late to Be Signed. Okay, Lady Dova Queen. Is that you? I think that's you. If that is, great. Lady Dova Queen. It says here that I'm supposed to make it out to Trey from Liz. Is that how you would like it? I just want to make sure that's accurate. And I just have to wait for the chat to update. Yes, please. Okay, great. So it's Alucard, right? Yep, Alucard. Let me grab the Alucard and put the number on the back. 513. Great. Got the number on the back. And I usually sign the Alucard in gold because it looks really fancy, schmancy. The gold shows up well on the red and the black, which is nice. So, Trey is my boyfriend. Okay, cool. Add any of your favorite quotes you want and add a Merry Christmas, please, and thank you. You got it. So we'll do to Trey from Liz. And I'll do What a Perfect Night, I think. Which will be good for Merry Christmas, yeah? Merry Christmas. And vampires eat us, everyone. Right? Isn't that what Tiny Tim said? Vampires eat us, everyone? No? Is that not what Tiny Tim said in Christmas Carol? I thought that's what Tiny Tim said. Yeah. Awesome. All right. To Trey from Liz. What a perfect night. Merry Christmas. Oh, you undead maggot. Okay. Vampires eat us, everyone. God, an Alucard Christmas Carol.
Oh,
that it would be a crossover from hell, literally. All right, let me just update. I don't see any more orders yet, so I think we're good. So I'll probably wrap up whatever last questions here, and then we'll probably call it a day. Good. I'm glad you like that, Lady Dova Queen. That's good. Thank you, Bomber Wolf. Great Christmas to you as well. Yes, I was the voice of Baldur in Bayonetta 2. I'm glad you had fun fighting me in the game. Lots of people have fought me in games. Sundowner and Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, Firefly in the Arkham games,
Helios.
With Batman, Helios, where you get to rip my head off in God of War. Gotta love that. Because I voice Will Turner in Kingdom Hearts, do I enjoy Pirates of the Caribbean more in movies or the Disneyland ride? They're both really good. Especially the first Pirates movie. Oh my God, it's good. The first Pirates movie is really, really, really good.
It was better than it had any business
Yeah,
being.
but the ride is fun, and when I get on the ride with my friends, I'll start doing the Orlando Bloom voice. I go, "My name is Will Turner. My father was Bootstrap Bill Turner. His blood runs through my veins." And they're like, "Shut up! Stop doing Will Turner." And I'm like, "My father was not a pirate." And they're like, "Shut up." So that's fun. All right, thanks everyone. I think I'll probably call it there. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Thanks everyone for all the items and all the send-ins and whatnot. I'll do one last refresh to make sure. Yep, it looks like there's nothing there.
If your
So
item is not Streamily, please check with them.
I've only got 2 send-in items that we were unable to do because Streamily doesn't have them yet. So if it's one of your 2 items, please check in with Streamily and make sure they've got it. I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday season, whatever holiday you may celebrate. Happy first night of Hanukkah tonight, which is great. Happy solstice, Merry Yule, Happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that good stuff. Have a great rest of your holiday season. Thank you for joining me, and take care. And a huge thank you to my wife for helping me with all this. Could not have done this without her, so I'm very grateful for all of her assistance and guidance and keeping me honest on stuff. Thanks everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.